And so if you want to carry on where you left off, I'd love to hear more about this.
Well, sure. I said from the get-go, I thought this was a bioweapon. I did not think this was naturally acquired and evolved, and I think that's been proven. In fact, it's been proven, in my opinion, very conclusively. Recently there was a great article by Stephen Quayle that anybody can look up using Bayesian mathematics, and it came up with a 98% that this was not a naturally derived evolution. But the bottom line here is that this is I liken this to nuclear war. When we started in the nuclear age, we had a bomb, but we didn't have a delivery system, so we had to drop on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. We had to drop on using airplanes. It turned out the hard part was devising the missile guidance technology. So now the same thing is true of bioweapons. It's easy to make a bioweapon. I mean, anthrax can kill people, but it's very hard to distribute. Botulinum toxin can be very deadly, but hard to distribute. So how do you distribute this stuff? So what they came up with is, it turns out coronavirus, which I went back in old medical texts and found we've known about coronavirus for a long time, but nobody really studied much with it because it was so benign. It barely gave you a cold. It didn't get out of the nasal passages, so nobody really paid attention to it. But it's extremely transmissible. So this thing goes through masks. You can't mask it away. You can't use those stupid little plastic shields. You cannot, this just can't stop it from moving. So it's the perfect missile technology. And then you add the warhead. And this is where it gets into the genetic predisposition. The so-called warhead is actually, they call it a spike protein. And humans have a pathway, just a metabolic pathway with these receptors. They're called Ace2 receptors. And many people are on Ace2 inhibitors. They're a type of hypertensive agent. So these receptors are associated with hypertension, a lot of other things. And so once you put this spike protein on, and you now can get the coronavirus to attach to the Ace2 receptor, those things are in your heart, in your lung, in your brain, in men's testicles. They're all over. And so they can cause real damage. So now we can, by putting this virus into these areas, we can cause real damage. So that's the warhead. That's the nuclear. That's we've entered the age of bioweapons, just like we entered the age of nuclear weapons in 1947. Well, so here we are. So now what it turns out is that there's one of the reasons that I'm absolutely convinced this is not by natural evolution is that this spike protein is perfectly adapted to fit that Ace2 receptor. Usually when viruses jump species, it takes them a while to figure out how to get into humans, and it's not perfect at first. Well, this was perfect from the first patient. It's got this cleavage part in the spike protein that, like lock and key, fits with our Ace2 pathway. But there are certain races that have increased susceptibility because they have what's called upregulation. They have more or higher affinity Ace2 pathways. And these are the exact numbers. This comes from a British medical journal, a British medical BMC article, says new insights into genetic susceptibility of COVID, and it was and some other things, July 2020. So this is a fairly recent article, and it said that the Caucasians have a 39%, I think I've got these numbers right, I think I had them reversed before, but 39% of European Caucasian descendants have upregulation. 54% of African Americans have upregulation. Now, interestingly, although we saw this take the Asians down, we thought in China, Wuhan, so badly, it turns out that the Asians and the Finnish, I don't know why Finnish are different than the rest of the Caucasians in Europe, but they only have a 10% upregulation. And then at the very bottom are Ashkenazi Jews and Amish, 0%.
That's amazing.
So,
that's amazing that we look at the genetics can be that way, and how it fits into the demographic I'm talking about. We got to take a break again. I'm sorry, Dr. Merritt. Bring me back with Dr. Lee Merritt. This is some fascinating stuff. You need to be taking notes on this. It's just too amazing, and we're giving you this information here on Ground Zero. 503-225-0860. That's 503-225-0860. We'll be back.
Good evening, y'all. How you doing? I'm glad you can hear. Yeah, I'm staying on subject. I'm just getting information out there I want everyone to hear. Timsy Skies, thank you. Captain Tom. How are y'all doing? Wagos, hello. Thank y'all. Lynn Pila, hello and welcome in. Thank you. Just a quick visit. Well, thank you. Thank you for coming in all the way from Australia. Tim Skies. Yeah, I watch your videos. I always have. Chrysler Imperial. Hello, Chrysler Imperial. Annabelle Batista. Hello. Thank you. I appreciate it. Y'all can hear me. Captain Tom. I'm glad you can hear this time. Last time you came in all the way from Guam. Yeah, all the way from Guam, close to Australia. I noticed y'all had a small earthquake off the coast of Guam, I believe it was. Jordan's DIY Projects. Hello, Jordan's Woodworking. You know, Super Dave remembers you, man. All the way back to Jordan's Woodworking. Thank y'all. I appreciate it. Alaska had a 5.3 with a possible tsunami this afternoon. A 2-station Alaska. I appreciate y'all being here. I was listening to the Ground Zero, y'all. What was that guy talking about? I'm fixing to get back on it. It's a doctor, man. Cool seeing you again. Thank you. I appreciate y'all. I'm gonna play that doctor here again a little bit. That's why I wanted to go live and let everyone that wants to hear, you know, listen with me. I like this show. I listen to it every time I come in from work. And I found out that a lot of what they're saying is true. It all makes sense, man. It's common sense, you know. Hello, Jordan's DIY Projects. Yes, sir. Hey, you know I'm going to remember you, man. I appreciate everybody that comes in. I ain't going to be live long, just a few minutes. Just a few minutes longer. It's kind of cool here in South Carolina. It's like 58 degrees. I know that's not cold, but there's a cool breeze with it, and it's cool, man. It's outside. It feels good. Yeah, it's all about all that. Captain Tom, I know it's getting old, but the steps that these people are planning, you know, that's what I'm trying to keep up with. Keep a watchful eye, you know, on what's actually going on. Snowing big time here in Colorado. Yeah, I heard about them storms up there. Snowstorms. That's crazy, ain't it? Well, it's still the month of April. So it gets cold. I remember around the 23rd here in South Carolina, it froze up and it knocked the flowers off the trees and the bushes and stuff, you know, the peach trees. And so the month of April is still, you know, a chance of it being cold. Hello, Miss Ann Walsworth. Good to see you again, my friend. Thank you. Good to see you. I'm listening here to Clyde Lewis live here on my radio.
8 Q&A sessions, the meet and greet, and the wrap-up round.
And I want people to hear him with me because this is very important. I've been waiting like 2 weeks for him to talk about this subject again, you know. And he has a doctor on tonight. I hope he doesn't blank out on me. I'm at 4,300 feet. Wow. You up in the air. For real.
We need the forklift over here.
Indeed. And those unexpected blessings.
Yeah, I remember in the Appalachian Mountains, I went up there and to the top, like 6,300 feet or something. And it was snowing up there when it was like 70 degrees down on the foothills. Hello, Dr. L.A. Appreciate you coming in. Thank you, Big Tim, One Man Army. Big Tim, hello, Big Tim. I know I have some new subscribers, and I appreciate everybody that comes here. Thank you for being a member and a part of my channel. I do have members, as you see.
Any extra effort. Because lawns aren't just for mowing, they're for living. Nothing runs
We will be at the flea market on Saturday from 9 to 3. Come out and say hi. They make me work on Saturday. Dang them.
Research shows that people remember radio.
Working a lot gets old, you know. It really does. Hello, everyone. I hope he's coming back on, y'all. But yeah.
So to help you remember, the Liberty Mutual Insurance Company customizes your home insurance. You only pay if you need. Here's a repetitive ad.
The more you learn, the better off you are. And that's all I try to do. I listen to people that know more than me, you know. Thank you. Thank you. If I can't get him to come on, Joseph Fields, hello. Thank you. Joseph Fields is in the house, y'all. Thank you very much. Captain Tom disappeared. They don't want to hear about it. I've been trying to get in touch with Anthony Dickinson. I thought, isn't that the one that said they had something very important to tell us? I believe so, and I've been leaving messages. It's like one of them disappeared. You know what you know, and they know what they know. No one can know more than anyone else. Yeah, Captain Tom is present. Thank you. I appreciate it, Captain Tom. That number up there keeps going down to like 2 and 3, and then it jumped back up to 7 again. Makes me think no one is here. Hello, Jenny Woo. Thank you. I'm not going to be live too long, y'all. Jenny Woo, thank you. It's Super Dave. Yeah, Super Dave. Big Tim One Man Army. Hit the like button. Thank you. Thank you, Big Tim, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, if y'all would please hit the like button. I think he went off the air or something. They might try to take him off because they're revealing too much.
I bet that salesperson also forgot to
If they did, then Super Dave Anthony is on the
they misled you.
It's World Channel, same times.
Whether you bought decades ago,
I need to take a picture of that, don't I?
Timeshare Freedom Group's
A screenshot.
has helped thousands of people get out of
I don't know what that is.
Let us help you be free from your regrettable, overpriced, and unavailable timeshare. We are the leaders in the
I don't know what that
decades
is.
of experience canceling timeshares worldwide, legally and permanently. That's why we
I guess I'll figure it out.
Money back guarantee. Start
Sooner or later, won't I?
now by calling Timeshare Freedom Group at 844-600-EXIT. That's 844-600-EXIT.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a
844-600-EXIT.
photo of that. I believe they took him off the air, man.
Wherever, whenever. With the iHeartRadio app on your phone, we're right here with you in the App Store or online.
Jenny Woo, thank you. Big Tim One Man Army. You shared me out. I appreciate it. I'm going to look you up. I think I have you. They took him off the air, man.
The fraud you really need to worry about is home title fraud. The criminals literally.
I'll play something.
Like Deborah, you're not covered by insurance.
The earlier part.
That's why I have home title.
Good peeps. I appreciate y'all.
The deed to all our homes.
It normally don't take this long for it to come back on. Big Tim One Man Army. I really appreciate that.
Then he borrows on your home and leaves you in debt. Yes, the home.
Captain Tom's still here. I need to get down to business, don't I? They delayed my show. I should have waited. Hello, Lynn Cantata. Hello. Cantado. Lynn Cantado. Wow, we're up to 9. Thank you. They took him off the air, man. He's revealing too much.
Social Security is with you through life's journey from birth to retirement. As your life
Dang,
changes
damn.
year to year, so do your needs. For over 80 years, Social Security has helped to meet your needs and is committed to improving access to the services that make a difference in your life. Today, you can verify your earnings, estimate your future benefits, apply
Sorry
for
about the
retirement,
delay, y'all.
manage your benefits,
I'm having
and even change your address,
technical
all from the
difficulties.
comfort of your home. Social Security's online services help.
Where our phones are the first things that we touch when we wake up. The last thing we touch before falling asleep. Radiant, seductive screens we so lovingly, endlessly gaze upon.
Hello and welcome in. We have 11 in the chat.
Like you're doing right now.
I appreciate y'all.
To a future
I hate to keep bringing this subject up, y'all.
is only revealed unless the screen goes.
There's a lot of good information coming out.
Welcome to the darkness. I hope you find it enlightening.
Y'all probably don't want to hear it all, do you? Dr. LAO 206. Let me check, see if they're back on the air. That freaks me out, man. All right, I'm going to check my mail. I'm going to pull something up. Appreciate y'all hanging on, man. It's running slow, isn't it?
We need to send out payments in July. Who qual?
Thank y'all for coming here. Sorry about the delay here, but it's going to be all right because this is all related. I don't want my channel shut down anyway, you know?
Paranormal activity.
Miss Ann, I don't know what that was. You was telling me where, but it's all good. I'll email you if you don't mind and ask you about it. Things ain't working exactly right, but I'm going to play a video because I appreciate y'all coming through here. All right, let's get it playing. If it will.
Activities are the different things that occur that are beyond scientific explanation. It is something that involves what science cannot explain, something extraordinary, or something that is called supernatural. Paranormal beliefs include pseudoscience, ufology, and the other common ones, which are spiritualism and ghost hunting. People are engaging in these paranormal activities in one way or another. These things are real and they cause huge damage to one's life if care is not taken. Some people have been taught how to cast spells, or some people browsing the internet to check spells that work. There was a man who wanted to make money, and he went to Google how to make money. One of the results that came to him was captivating. It was a spell that could make someone rich. He checked the result and he saw the spell and all the things he needed to do to cast the spell. When it was midnight, he lighted candles and cast the spell. Nothing happened for the first 3 days. On the 4th day, he started seeing images of like shadows following him. Since then, he has not been normal again. There are many things that we should never try out, all in the name of making research or trying to unlock another realm in life. Many Christians have done this. A demon-possessed woman who was taken to a pastor explained how she tried to summon a spirit and then go into another dimension, but she was possessed in the act. We have been given the power to bind anything on earth and free anything on earth. Why should we try to seek another power using some ungodly pronunciations? The Bible says in Matthew 18:18 KJV that, "Verily I say unto you, whatsoever ye shall bind on earth shall be bound in heaven, and whatsoever ye loose on earth shall be loosed in heaven." We should never think of finding power elsewhere when Christ has given us power. We should never experiment with what Christ does not allow. The Bible stated it in Leviticus 19:31 that, "Regard not them that have familiar spirits, neither seek after wizards to be defiled by them. I am the Lord your God." God is against all these practices. Anything that has to do with wizardry, sorcery, or summoning demons, God is against it. He is God. He has given us everything, and therefore, why should we want to be practicing what he is forbidding? The day and era we live in has little or no spiritual training. Our society is completely humanistic and hedonistic, and the devil is capitalizing on this. I mean, Satan is having a field day with people's ignorance. Let me give an example. If you have children that have social media, so you must have come across these different internet challenges that spring up every month or so. Some of these challenges are dancing ones. There was one a few years back that was about planking. One of the popular challenges that people engage in today is summoning spirits. Summoning spirits is not different from divination and the sorcery that God talked against. It's shocking that people love to go beyond their power to do what can bring evil to them. Summoning spirits is not what will leave anyone just like they were. These people you see are using familiar spirits to work. They use these familiar spirits to command other spirits to appear. Some people patronize them to call on their beloved ones who have died. The truth is that some things cannot be explained scientifically in this world. Spiritual things are happening in this world. People are yet to understand that these things are happening under the influence of the demons or the angels of darkness. They are the ones responsible for many paranormal events. They are using these things to lure people into investigating them and going beyond where they should. It is a trap that we should never get ourselves into as Christians. If you have, for once, got yourself into any of these paranormal activities and it is affecting you, God will deliver you. These things are real. They are the reason many people are being tormented. There are innocent people out there who have been affected by paranormal activities.
You and I don't have to live in fear. You and I don't have to live in fear. We do not have to live in fear because God is with us and God is for us. Even if you have been involved in such stuff, God will deliver you. You see, every demon of hell, every agent of the devil is not afraid of you or your name or your intelligence. No, they are afraid of you when you get on your knees and cry out to the Lord in the name of Jesus. Because they are afraid of God Almighty. They are afraid of that almighty eternal being that lives from everlasting to everlasting, that every demon of hell knows who he is. James 2, verse 19. You believe that there is one God? You do well. Even the demons believe and tremble. They tremble at the thought of God Almighty. God is our deliverer. God is your protector. There is a divine protection over your life. It's only in eternity when you will see the full protection that is over your life. Don't you know that Satan hates you? He hates you with a fire and a passion. If he could, he would have destroyed you long ago, but God has protected you, and God is protecting you right now. And one day in eternity, you will see all the battles that God fought for you when you were asleep, whilst you were at work, whilst you were driving. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. You cannot be involved in demonic things and be under the shadow of the Almighty. The emphasis here is dwelling under the shadow of the Almighty. You cannot be under the shadow of the Almighty and be involved in satanic things. For you to be involved in such things, that means you have removed yourself from the shadow of the Almighty God.
One of the popular kind of spirit summoning is the game called Charlie Charlie. This game was popular in the year 2015, and it came back in the year 2017 again. 2 pencils will be placed on top of each other on a paper. The paper is segregated into 4 sections. One section says yes, another one says no, one says yes, another says no. And then you summon a spirit called Charlie by calling its name and then asking it a question, and it gives you an answer by moving the pencil into the correct section. I watched on YouTube kids and adults playing this game, and this game is real. The spirit truly answers. The spirit answers by moving the pencil.
They don't want me to succeed.
Into the correct section. I watched some of the videos on YouTube, and these people played this game innocently. Children, all the way up to adults. When they played this game and some supernatural things began to happen, these people ran out of the room screaming. There is no wind or fan in that room, but the pencil would move. I mean, I watched at least 20 of these videos, and not one of them did not scream and cry out when those pencils started moving. When the children and adults see these pencils moving, they know that they didn't do it, but something not of this world did. There are some videos where furniture begins to stand up, or furniture drops on the floor. There's a real presence that comes into the room. They run and scream. This is not an innocent game. This is not chess or checkers. Let me tell you, the spirit world is waiting for an opportunity to enter into people's life, and this is a sure way for them to do so. They will literally pour into people's lives. Do you know what shocked me about the age of these kids? The devil is a bad devil. He has no morals whatsoever. You need to educate your family about the spirit world. The spirit world is indiscriminate of age. Demons are real, and you know it. Some people accounted that after they played the game in the night, they were seeing shadows, hearing footsteps. These things are real and cannot be explained scientifically. These things are spiritual. They are things that bring demons to torment people. The game is what you must never allow your children to partake in. Demonic possessions are real. Let me tell you the truth. Once a demon gets access into a house, it won't easily leave. It will do everything it can to stay. Demons are not stupid. I would even go so far as to say that they are more intelligent than us humans. Demons have been around longer than we have, watching humanity, using trial and error and what works and what does not work. Just think how long a demon has been on Earth and how long you have been on Earth. Demons are intelligent spirit beings. They may go away from the house and make you think your house is safe, but it will come back and check to see if there is an opening into your house, and if there is, it will get 7 spirits more wicked than it to come along. You should not invite them into your life, neither should you try to fight them in your own might. We are glad that we have a greater power in Christ that can free us from every oppression of the devil, but that doesn't mean we should get ourselves into what will haunt us for a long time. The fact about demons is that they possess people and they will torture people. Many of these things started from these paranormal activities the people engaged in. You are a Christian. You have been called into the light of God. The power of God is a shield that covers you all the time. If any demon tries to get to you, the power of God will consume them, but you must never get into their traps. They lay traps for people. These traps are the paranormal activities. Let us focus on the real thing Christ has taught us to do. In all these things, what should Christians do since we have been given the power over all these demons? Jesus said in Mark 16:15-18 KJV that, "And he said unto them, Go ye into all the world, and preach the gospel to every creature. He that believeth and is baptized shall be saved, but he that believeth shall not be damned. And these signs shall follow them that believe. In my name shall they cast out devils. They shall speak with new tongues. They shall take up serpents. And if they drink any deadly thing, it shall not hurt them. They shall lay hands on the sick, and they shall recover." The first thing is that we must preach the gospel, and that should always come first. We must get the gospel to everyone. It is a command from Jesus, and it is what we must do at all cost. Also, we have been given the power to deliver people. While preaching the gospel, there will be people who will need deliverance, people who are being haunted by ghosts or demons. That is where we can come in. We need to attack these demons and ghosts and cast them out. You, as a Christian, must not go to the cemetery and haunt ghosts. It is an absurd thing to do. You must not light candles and summon spirits. We are not called to do that. We are not sorcerers. We are children of the highest. If we look around, it might not be obvious. Some people are being attacked by demons. They appear to be fine. They appear to be doing good, but what they battle at night is great. God has given us the power to help these people. God has given us the power to set the captives free. God has given us the power to trample under feet serpent and scorpion, and they cannot harm us. These spirits tormenting people are serpents and scorpions that we must trample under our feet. They are the ones we must confront. This is why you must be filled with power. You cannot afford to be a Christian in this age and lack the power of God in you. You must go to God in place of prayer and ask for power. Don't settle for superficial Christianity. Don't settle for powerlessness. These demons must know that we are not sorcerers. They must know that we carry the power that is more than theirs. They must know that they cannot trap us. 1 John 4:4 KJV. Ye are of God, little children, and have overcome them, because greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world.
Hello. Thank you. Loves you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Loves you is in the house. Thank y'all for coming in. There's lots of things that can invite demons in, you know. A saved sinner, hello. You're getting sleepy. Sorry to hear that. Welcome here. Return of the Cat's Eyes. Hello, everyone. Hello to you. Cutie Betty Rush. Kate, hello and welcome in. I kind of changed my platform tonight, what I was going to talk about. Tony's Corner, thank you, thank you. God bless you all. How are you, host? Loves you. I'm having a little bit of a tough time tonight, loves you, but I'm doing good. Technical difficulties. I'm doing great. Thank you, Lynn Cantado. Miss Ann Walsworth, thank you very much. I was just playing what's on my mind, you know, what I had put up for another live stream. Yeah. All types of things could invite demons in people's lives, you know. Lusting. That's invites demons. You know, pornography, adultery, drugs. I believe the computer has demons in it, to tell you the truth. if you let them in. J-Head Official TV, hello and welcome in. Thank you. The NDT show. It's great to see y'all coming in here. It is. It's great, man. Maudie Fuegos. Let me see if this will play. This is pretty informative. I bet they'll give me a whammy on this one, huh? If I play it. I really didn't plan to be live this long. I think I may end my life. A beastly idea. DARPA implanted microchip to detect. Let's see if this will play.
Welcome back to Part 2 of True News. I'm Edward Zoll. In this segment, we're going to discuss DARPA's beastly plan to implant microchips in our troops and citizens at large, all in the pursuit of diagnosing COVID. But first, there's a new hit piece out on Rick, and they actually quoted correctly this time, regarding Typhoid Tony's secret $3.7 million grant to the Wuhan bioweapons lab. Join me to discuss this are True News founder Rick Wallace and Doc Burkhardt.
Hey guys, we're back in the headlines again, Rick.
Was it something I said?
It always is, Rick. So
I don't think I want to watch that. It's too slow. Abu Dhabi, hello, Abu Dhabi. Sorry, so mega love to all. Hello, Abu Dhabi. Captain Tom, you seen this, huh? Yeah. I really didn't want to play that. I had something else planned out, but it didn't seem to work out. So, things that interest me, I try to show everyone. Sorry about that, Captain Tom. I don't even feel interested. But yeah, I'm gonna have to go to bed soon. Y'all are awesome, man. Y'all come in and y'all spend some time with me like this. Okay, yeah. This may be the one that really drew my attention. But, I mean, it's all how you see everything. All in how you see everything, you know? I'm going to play this video. You can hang out and watch the video, y'all. Right after that, it is informative information. Listening and watching videos. All right, let's see if it'll play for us.
Really bad stuff going on by people in power.
All right, can we see it? It's already started, but people don't see it.
There's a big shadow on the world. There really is. There's a lot of really bad stuff going on by people in power. So there's so much information out there. If people are not prepared to look at it, well, that's their problem, unfortunately. Can anyone tell me about the workings of government and what these guys get up to behind closed doors? The government and the media do no longer serve us, so we're going to stop serving you. They seem like fantasy, but no, folks, all the stuff they're rolling out, it's all real. The only reason we're not having too much success pushing back against it is because of the media. Be prepared for what's coming, but again, folks, no stake in the outcome. You know, people who think this is going to go away and it's going to go back to normal, I mean, you're living in a dream world, folks. Things are not going back to normal. And it's time people prepared for it. You've got to start taking steps, folks. I mean, we'd like a lot of people to wake up, but, you know, they're not waking up. So as much as we have to continue to try to wake them up, you've got to also face the reality that many of them aren't going to. And so you've got to have a plan B ready for yourself. So it's pretty crazy, folks. It's pretty crazy the world we're moving into. And we've got to face the fact that a lot of people simply aren't going to wake up. No one knows what the truth is, and that's the truth. And no one's prepared to admit that. And while people argue over their belief systems, they'll never find the knowing of what the truth is. And a knowing is not a belief. You know, if you have to believe something, or you have to try to believe something, well, why would you do that if you already know it? Then you don't have to try to believe it. Everyone can see they're living in a slavery system. You're living in a people farm. But what are you doing about it? No one's doing anything about it. They're just all going along with it. They're complaining about it, but they're still using all the tools that the system gives them. So if you're going to complain about it, why are you using their tools? And if you're still going down the path of this technology and using these scrymeters and moving yourself into this smart system, then nothing's going to change because we are doing it ourselves through this technology. So that's what a lot of it has created. You know, this whole spiritual narcissistic approach to things, which is not true spirituality, it's false spirituality. Some things are just obvious and we don't believe in ourselves is the problem. We're always looking for external confirmation and external gratification, and we're not really looking at the things that we should do that are all exist within. Occult means hidden. That's all it means. Anything that has a hidden meaning is occult. We've been taught to fear that word so we don't look for what's hidden. There's dark occult and there's just occult. You know, the government is occult. Can anyone tell me about the workings of government and what these guys get up to behind closed doors? It's all occult, you know. So even the main workings of the education system and what its goals are occult. You know, so people have been taught to fear that word. And that's the danger of looking down these rabbit holes and seeing all the stuff that we're seeing. I mean, for people who believe where attention goes, energy flows, it does it in a certain way if you attach fear to that information. I see it all as an opportunity for freedom because now the system's been laid bare. As I've said, you know, walk the path of the warrior. You face infinity. Infinity without flinching. You don't attach emotion to the stuff that you're seeing. You simply do what needs to be done. You know, like you're standing on the rail tracks and there's a train coming. You don't stand there and scream. You step off the tracks. You can stay there right up until the last second. As long as you step off before the train comes, it's all good. No fear. You know what to do. They gave you all the clues in the Matrix. You know, Neo, the non-emotional observer. He couldn't do things until he was able to simply observe it and see it for what it was, and then just do what needed to be done. Mm. So when the bullets were flying towards him, he just put his hand up and stopped them and checked them out, you know, did what needed to be done. So you've got to be able to face infinity without flinching. You've got to be able to walk the path of the warrior, which means that you've got to be able to face with serenity odds and circumstances that are not included in your calculations. The quickening that's happening is designed to freak you out every minute of every day, to put you in as much fear as they can, because that's what helps manifest this reality.
Hello, Simple Lou. Thank you. Return of the Cat's Eyes. Thank you for coming. I paused it. Yeah, we're using their system. We use cell phones, computers, iPads, laptops, GPS. We're using their technology.
Manifest the reality that they want. But, you know, if you can put yourself in the right energetic state, it just breaks against you like waves. Because all you're dealing with here is people. It doesn't matter about all the stuff they write on paper. It's how they've inverted things again. There's only one law, natural law, do no harm. Service to creation, which isn't service to yourself at the expense of others, or service to others at the expense of yourself. And there isn't anything that anybody can write on any piece of paper which has anything to do with your divine rights, unless you believe it does. Why would you believe that? You know it's not true. And you know that this is just a guy in a suit who's writing down, and the only reason you're doing this is because you've got a big black goon there dressed in black Kevlar, looking like this big, huge black thing, that you're in fear of, which is why they make them dress all in black, So it's all fiction. It's all illusion. You don't actually have to do any of it. And this is a great opportunity for us to speak to these people as men and women. Do you think you are? That you can do this? Explain yourself, please. No, I'm not going to do any of this. Do you intend to drag me off and escalate the situation to the point that you're going to hurt me or put me in a cage or murder me because I won't comply with your corruption? Is that where we're going? Is that what we employ you to do? Why doesn't anyone speak to these people this way? That's what I do. I go to council meetings, and that's the way I talk to them. Because it's just a guy. It's just a guy. And he's actually my employee. We actually employ this guy to manage infrastructure for us. And now he's tricked everyone into thinking that he actually rules us. And we got to do what he says. No. You got to do what we say. Because they've forgotten who and what they are. Every politician in this country needs to have letters sent to them saying that we no longer have any confidence in your government's ability to govern. A loss of confidence, massive loss of confidence. I mean, that's a legal term. If enough people in the country express a loss of confidence in this government, then they have to step down. It's as simple as that. And they should. They should all step down and be held accountable. What they're doing is a massive fraud. So it's all very well to have marches and shows of solidarity and to have speakers, but if there isn't action that comes from this, then what's the point of it all? I mean, it's a fraud. It's a massive, provable, quantifiable fraud. The only reason we're not having too much success pushing back against it is because of the media. The media are the ones who've sold the lie. The media are more unconscionable and more to blame for this problem. Their lack of journalism, their lack of integrity, their willingness to get on the TV and tell barefaced lies to the population. The media are hugely responsible for this scam that's going on, and all these people need to be dismissed and removed and held accountable. So why not stop supporting them? The government and the media do no longer serve us, so we're going to stop serving you. That's what needs to happen. Push back in every way that you can and call these people out. Realize you're just dealing with people. And your rights are not something that can be taken and given away. It doesn't have anything to do with anything any politician wrote on paper. If you believe it is, then you've already lost them. They've had this plan for a really long time. And it's ScoMo and all these people, all the politicians, I mean, they've got to go. They've got to go. We've got to express a loss of confidence in them. I think it's the only way through this is to realise how much of a scam this is and how much people are being played. It's a worldwide thing, and there's so many people pushing back around the world as well. But like I said, it's got to be something more. It's got to be something. We've really got to focus on these politicians and call them out and dismiss them. So we've got to find a way of doing that. Because we believe these people are real. We believe this system is real, and it's just this fictional thing that they wrote on paper. It's a spell. That's why they teach you when you go to school. They teach you to spell. It's the first thing you do. What are you doing when you're spelling? You're casting spells. And they write it down, and you believe it because it's written down. But you can tell people about something in common sense, common sense. And they'll go, oh, no, but look, it says here, it's written down. It must be true. It's written in a book. It's like I said to someone, you could say, look, to someone, don't step on the grass. And chances are they'll step on it. But if you put a sign up there saying, don't step on the grass, they'll go, oh, and they won't step on the grass. It's remarkable just because it's written down. It's a spell. That's why they take you to school and they teach you to spell. And these are just people. These are just people. It's just other guys, other men, other women. Why are you doing what you're told by these people? Why are you ever questioning anything? Oh, yes, sir. No, sir. 3 bags full. So he wrote it down. And look, he's got a little fancy insignia on. He's in fancy dress. I have to do what he says. It's crazy. There's so many people through the ages, so many philosophers, so many people who've said that this is a single consciousness. And this is stuff that I've got through meditation and through ceremony and stuff as well. I've realised that there's only really one of us here, experiencing ourselves subjectively, because that's what you would do if you were the creator. I mean, what are you going to do with that? You shatter your mind into 7 billion fragments so you can communicate with yourself and experience what life is. I mean, just experience something. Yeah, people really do need to rally up and really realise what we're dealing with here, realise that we're just dealing with people, and we've got a real opportunity to create a better world now that this whole system is being exposed. So, and I've probably freaked a lot of people out with some of the stuff.
Leonard W., thank you for coming in.
It's true. I'm just saying, just consider it. Consider of how we've been manipulated, and that manipulation exists on both sides of the fence. And don't be so polarized in your belief in anything. Find the ground in between, because somewhere in there you will find God. Yeah. And that's really what's missing from this equation, and that's what we need. Think of it in a religious perspective. You've got your own connection to the divine, and that isn't New Age thinking. It's what it is. It's what you are, and that's really the way out of this. Once you connect with that divinity and stand in that, nothing can touch you.
I guess that's what my live stream is about tonight. How do they manipulating and fooling the world? As long as we trust and believe in the good Lord and keep them demon spirits away, we'll be protected. Thank you, everyone. I said I wouldn't be too long. It's 51 minutes into the live stream. Simple Lou, hello, and thank you for being here. Captain Tom, thank you, sir. Miss Ann Walsworth, thank you very much. I had something else in store. There was a doctor on Ground Zero with Clyde Lewis. I'm addicted to that guy, man, because he puts out a lot of good information. He talks straight up with us. If you listen to Clyde Lewis on Ground Zero, look him up. If you don't, you'll get addicted to him because he tells the truth. Centra, hello and thank you. Centra Scrutinizer. I didn't want to keep y'all too long. This is unexpected. I was hoping to get Anthony Dickinson up here. I will email you, Miss Ann Walsworth. Thank y'all. I could sit here and play some music, but it's getting late. It's 1:17 a.m. Just turned 1:18. Y'all are so cool. I love y'all. I appreciate it. Thank you. Linda DuBose. There's a mass shooting in Indianapolis. Wait a minute. Let me see if I can find it. If I can't, then I'll cut it. A mass shooting in Indianapolis. I almost hit the end broadcast. Does anybody have a link to something to it? To a mass shooting. What kind of mass shooting? I'd like to cover it. I'm looking. Y'all help me out here. See if you can find it and find me a link to it, please. All right. Mass shooting reported at Indianapolis Fedex. Here's one story on it. Is everyone still here? Listen, I mean, if you want to hear about it, I'm going to read it to you. Is that okay? I found a little story on it. Yeah. They're going to push for more gun control if they can. It says a live update. Mass shooting reported at FedEx facility in Indianapolis. The police say multiple people have been shot at a FedEx facility on the city's southwest side. Reports to CBS. You know how reliable their news is. But the Indianapolis, yeah, they'd be glad to tell this kind of story. The Indianapolis Metropolitan Police Department says officers reported finding numerous victims at the scene. Indiana State Police say Interstate 70 is closed in both directions in the vicinity due to police activity. That's all I see about it. Multiple have been shot. All right, here's something else about it. Several people have been shot after a person reportedly opened fire at a delivery company in Indianapolis. This came out early. Police were called to Fedex facility around 11 p.m. local time. Following reports, shots have been fired. The building is located near Indianapolis International Airport. Police said there are multiple victims at this time with the reports. Investigators are calling the incident a mass casualty, according to a mass casualty. They're calling it a mass casualty. You might want to cut it on your TV after this. Officials have closed the Interstate 70 in both directions near the scene due to police activity, with motorists told to use an alternate route. A family member of one of the victims told Fox 59 journalists this niece was in her car when the gunman started shooting at her vehicle. The woman was shot in the arm and was transported to the hospital. Mr. Singh said she called him and told him there had been shots fired in the FedEx building. She called as I was asleep at home. She said there was a shooting at the FedEx, so we drove from Brownsburg. I don't know. Another man, Ian Johnson, told the news outlet that his wife, who works at the facility, had texted him to tell him there was an active shooter inside. I communicated with her for a while, and then it went silent for a while. So I came here just to see what was going on, and when I got here, she texted me and said, I'm okay. More to come. That's pretty much the story. A mass shooting, y'all. Appreciate y'all letting me know that. Let me look around again. Mass shooting. I can get notifications on mass shootings. That's crazy. Now they have a section in the news on the iPhone for mass shootings. Well, that pretty much covers the news tonight, y'all. Keep the faith. Say a prayer before you go to bed. You know, I love and appreciate y'all. He pushes, yeah. Can't stand Lookner. But now here, police scanner. Y'all take it easy and thank you. Next time I go live, I'll try to go live a little earlier than this. If I can't, then I just do what I got to do. And thank you very much.